Odysseus is a hero in Greek mythology. In the epics of the Greek writer Homer, Odysseus is depicted as an extraordinary man praised for his skill on and wisdom that helped overtake the city of Troy. Unfortunately, he injured the gods on his way back from Troy to his homeland. His ship Ithaca was destroyed by Zeus. During his triumphant return from the Battle of Troy, he was warned by the goddess Circe not to harm Helios' livestock under any circumstances. His crew continued to eat the cattle despite warnings, prompting Helios to ask Zeus for help in destroying Odysseus' ship. Odysseus, son of Laertes and Anticlea, is a hero depicted in Homer's epic, the Odyssey. Since then, he has become one of the most frequently used figures in Western literature. In later tradition, he is considered the son of Sisyphus, brother of Salmoneus. He is described by Homer as a resourceful man who possessed extraordinary wisdom, endurance, and courage that helped him overcome many difficult situations that would occur in his life. In the Iliad, another poem by Homer, Odysseus is the best person to overcome Greece's many crises. Not only did he play a major role in the reconciliation of Agamemnon and Achilles, which turned the tide of the Trojan War, but he was also a skilled warrior, featured numerous times in both epics written by Homer. The Trojan horse, the strategy used by the Spartans to win the Trojan War after 10 long years, was Odysseus' idea as he wanted to end the war. This strategy allowed the Spartans to infiltrate Troy and capture it, thus enabling their victory. The reason why he wanted to end the war was because his wife, Penelope, had given birth to his son, Telemachus, and he wanted nothing more than to return to them. Unfortunately, a series of events then occurred that delayed his return after 19 years. When he returns, he must prove his identity to regain his birthright as king of Ithaca. After going through every trial given by his wife, Queen Penelope, he finally reclaims his throne, and the heroic journey of the king of Ithaca, Odysseus, ends. Odysseus should have had an uneventful journey back to Ithaca due to receiving many blessings from many gods for his efforts in the Trojan War. Unfortunately, a mistake made by his crew caused Zeus in ancient Greek mythology to destroy his ship, delaying his return to his homeland. When Odysseus returned from the Trojan War after orchestrating his victory, he met the goddess Circe. The goddess turns Odysseus' crew into pigs by feeding them wine and cheese, because her true nature is that of a witch. Hermes helps Odysseus get his crew back by giving him moly, a medicine that can counter the goddess's magic. After Circe sees Odysseus' resistance to her powerful magic, she falls in love with him and releases her men from his spell. For a year, Odysseus and his crew would live on Circe's island, where she feasted and drank like a king. Eventually, his men have to convince him to leave, but not before the goddess warns Odysseus of the long journey home. He warns that Odysseus will encounter Helios' sacred cattle. There he had to resist the urge to eat the livestock so that his journey would not be disturbed. Although Odysseus was asleep in his cabin during this encounter, his men defied his orders and made a mistake. When Helios learned that his valuable livestock had been slaughtered and eaten by Odysseus' men, he was furious. He went to Zeus and threatened to bring the sun to the underworld unless justice was meted out to him. To satisfy Helios' demands, Zeus struck Odysseus' ship with a bolt of lightning, killing everyone in a thunderstorm that spared Odysseus himself. Afterwards, he finds himself stranded on the island of Ogygia. Many believe that Zeus attacked Odysseus' ship in anger because of the crimes of his crew while on their way home to Ithaca. When Odysseus' men blinded Polyphemus, the son of Poseidon, the sea god was angry with Odysseus for allowing this to happen. Zeus knew this but decided to step aside as it was a small problem for him. Afterwards, when Odysseus' men slaughter and feast on Helios' sacred cattle, the sun god demands justice. Helios threatens that he will take the sun to the underworld and never be seen again on Earth unless Odysseus' men are punished. This encourages Zeus to uphold justice because it is his duty. He crashes Odysseus' ship and kills all his men during a storm, but saves Odysseus because he had nothing to do with his men's mistakes. He saved Odysseus in ancient Greek mythology, although there is a belief that Zeus attacked Odysseus' ship in his anger. Odysseus was a hero to the Greeks, and Zeus would never punish someone like that.